Hi, everyone. Welcome to this week's live Path to Prosperity weekly webinar. Welcome aboard to everyone, veteran agents and students and investors, and also folks who are brand new. So welcome aboard. By the way, most of you are in the investor agent training program, but we do have some folks on board who are in the rental program, buying rentals, and also the property management program. So let's do this. Let me check the attendee box real quick. So we're live and recording at the same time. So we're live and recording. Welcome aboard all the new folks. Again, Tony, I see you there. Good to see you, buddy. Jim, good to see you. Luann, Louie, got some veterans. Chris, always faithful. Chris and Louie, good to see you guys. Matt, boy, you got a lot of new folks here. Hot diggity dog. Okay, good. Human, good to see you. I just spoke to just doggone it, I'm drawing a blank here. Hang on one moment. I spoke to Ann Rivers. She's from one of your Houston market centers. So in any case, glad to see each and every one of you. I'm glad you're here. So what I want to do is this. For the new folks, you'll notice that by default, you're in mute mode. Okay. And sometimes we do bring you on live, but what you do is use the chat box. You just click on chat and you can type in your questions. Let me go ahead and open it up and make sure everybody can see everybody else's chat. So I'm going to make it open to all panelists and attendees. That means we can see each other's chats on there. That way we can, you can see what everybody's up to. So in any case, also for the newer folks, every day after we do one of these, you're going to get an email from Beverly that's going to have the recording of the webinar. So always look for the email, look for the instructions, changes to platforms, what else? Upcoming schedules, changes to schedules, things like that. I know they're changing some of the front-end marketing on this. They're going to real estate with Gary Wilson, so maybe I got a raise out of this. We'll see. But in any case, those are the types of things you want to look at or look for in the email from Beverly. She puts always a lot of information in there. So make sure you get those, okay? Now, tonight's subject, as I mentioned last week, we're going to talk about using print media and also using the two major online free ad services, which are Craigslist and Kijiji. Craigslist is primarily in the States and also in parts of Canada. Kijiji is pretty much exclusively all Canada, but the same purpose. And they often look alike, and sometimes we'll see the same property on both systems. We're going to talk about that pretty much exclusively tonight. Louis says, hi, everyone. Thanks, Louis. Good to see you, buddy. So let's do this. I'm going to go to the checklist. Let me open it up and let me share it with you so you can see it. Okay, share checklist. And there we go. So you should each see on your screen right now a Word doc, and at the top in bold blue print, it says using print media plus Craigslist and Kijiji checklist. Okay. So again, I'm going to send this to Beverly, and then she's going to send this out to you tomorrow in the follow-up email. So you'll have the actual checklist, and we're going to put it in Word for you in order to get the originals so that you can customize them, update them to be your own. Okay, so let's go ahead and dive right in here, guys. And when you do have questions, just remember, don't be shy. Type them in on the chat box, and every couple of minutes I'll check the chat box, okay? So the first things first is this. Whenever you have a marketing campaign, this is true with every single one, you really need to determine what your goals are. How many responses do you want? How many conversions do you want? How many sales do you want? Whatever the case is, if you're looking to sell a property, you've got a listing on a duplex, for example, you might want to say, well, I'd like to get 40 responses, and maybe 10 of them turn into prospects, because they're not all going to want what you've got, but you gather their information as a prospect, and they may want something that you have to offer in the future. And then maybe the ultimate goal is you sell whatever it is you're selling, okay? So that's just one example of goals, and you should be very specific and also identify goals based on what are the possible outcomes from doing this particular marketing campaign. Remember, running an ad, let's say you do have a listing you want to sell, it's not just about selling that listing. It's also about getting more people into your database, more contacts. So just remember, everybody who responds is now a prospect. So think of advertising as a way to build your database as well as sell whatever it is you're selling, okay? Now, So that's your goals, and you should be. Don't ever run an ad without doing your goals, because I promise you, when you have your goals in mind, you'll do a better job of creating your ad. Another way to do a good job with creating an ad is to understand who the prospect is you're going after. You want to create a profile. Sometimes we call this like the avatar. Who is the avatar for this particular ad campaign? In other words, if you have let's say you own a rental and you're renting an apartment out. You've got a fourplex, and each unit has 2 bedrooms, so you're renting out one of the vacant 2-bedroom apartments. Well, think about it. Certain people will rent 2-bedroom apartments. Other people won't rent a 2-bedroom apartment. So you want to create your ad to attract the people you want and repel the people you don't. And you do that by creating your profile. Who is the viewer profile? Somebody wanting to rent a 4-bedroom home probably has kids. Somebody wanting to rent a 1-bedroom apartment or an efficiency probably does not have kids, okay? So keep those things in mind. You want to create the profile for who it is you want to read your ad and respond to it, and then it's much easier to create the ad. So let me just do a quick check here, because I had a few chats already come in. What's interesting is this is a subject we don't go over a lot, but it's been coming up more and more. People have been asking about it. So I can't remember the last time I did this. So this is going to help you a lot. And we do use all these here I'm talking about: Craigslist, Kijiji, Penny Saver, Green Sheet. We'll talk about all those in more detail in a second. Let's see. This is Lou. Can everyone identify the demographics for each media? Oops, did it? Thanks. Okay. Hi, everyone. Yeah, so Louis is just making a middle of a pun there. So here's the key here. If you try to create an ad where you're saying something to everyone, you're really not saying anything to anyone. Okay, it's an old adage in marketing is you want to write the ad. Actually, write this down, guys. When you're writing a piece of copy, which is an ad, you want to write as if you're writing to one person. Write as if the person you want to attract is sitting right in front of you, and write like you're communicating through writing. How about that? And you write as if you're writing to one person. That's one of the key secrets to success in creating ads, is to act as if you're writing to one person. Okay, even use words like you and your. Okay, don't say everybody and everyone and neighbors and friends, and don't say those things, because you're not going to get responses. Okay, I'm sorry, you'll get lower level responses. So in any case, thanks, Louis, for doing that. So back to this. The next thing is to determine what it is you're looking to advertise, obviously, right? So in our case, typically, oops, let me move too fast here. Typically, we're selling a house, we're leasing an apartment, we're offering some type of service like free list of rentals in the area, or say like how about a free list of duplexes in your postal code, okay? Or how about offering some sort of content, some educational information that people can use to learn from. And by the way, in this checklist here, you're going to see later on, we're now giving you the student, direct access to much of the content on flipping, on buying rentals, on wholesaling, even on property management, or people who want to self-manage their own rentals. We're giving it to you, and sometimes embedded in the marketing that you're going to be using to attract your prospects. So in other words, what I'm saying is, we're going to make it really easy for you to get content in your clients' hands that allow them to learn about investing, learn the same method you're being taught to use to serve them. So this means now you've got a very powerful co-symbiotic relationship where you're operating on the same page, using the same terminology, using the same methodologies and same tools. This is going to allow you to be a much more profitable realtor, okay? So in any case, that's what I mean by offering free information. I said see section 13 and 14 here, and we'll go through that in a minute. All right, next thing is this. Number 4, I want to emphasize this. This is actually really important. When it comes to print media, we do not encourage you to use the major publications, okay? We don't use the New York Times or the Washington Post. We only use local publications like Penny Saver and Green Sheet, and they're all over the US and Canada. Some municipalities have a different name for them, but they're basically like the Saturday uh, something like it's a paper that comes out very rudimentary, very easy. It's not very sophisticated, um, and it usually sits in the stands in the grocery stores and things like that. Okay, believe it or not, they have really good readership. Okay, so the other thing too is they're also a lot less expensive than the major publications. We haven't used major publications since the 90s because what happened is if you remember this, in the old real estate section, it was a whole entire section. I mean, 20, 30 pages. With the onset of the internet and things like Craigslist and Kijiji, the real estate section started reducing dramatically. Now there may be 3 or 4 pages. Even in the big cities, they're less than 10 pages. Okay? So in any case, the local penny saver and green sheet, though, guys, it's a real winner. And I'm going to tell you more about how do you create ads and how do you structure them for those publications. Okay, so we only use local publications such as Penny Saver and Green Sheet. Okay, now before we get into the printed material, let's take a look at some online ads so I can go over some examples with you. Okay. So the first thing is we're going to go to Craigslist. So let's just type in. Let's just grab this, Craigslist.org. I'm going to go to London Craigslist and see what we come up with here. So let me put this in here. All right, hang on just 1 second. Let me close out of that new session. I'm going to share this with you in just a second, guys. Hang on, I just want to make sure I pull it up correctly. So this is London, Ontario, Craigslist. So okay, good. Let me do a share. All right. So I just keyed in London, Ontario, Craigslist, and you can see right there, London, O-N for Ontario.craigslist.org. Okay, now you can see all of these ads in different categories: community services or community ads, services, discussion forums, for sale, housing, jobs, so forth and so on. Now, if you're going to create an ad, over here on the left, see where it says create posting? Okay, and if you're going to be creating multiple postings, which you should, you want to click on my account and open up. Let me just click on it. See, I don't have, I'm not going to do that because I don't do that. Other people create those ads for me, so I don't have the accounts. But you can create a posting, okay, just as a simple individual person. You click on create posting, you go in here, you've got to click on the thing you want, housing offered, okay, for sale by owner, things like that. So let's just click on housing offered, okay? So we're going to say real estate by owner or real estate by broker, okay? So if you're, and by the way, people have always asked me this, well, what if I'm selling my own property myself and I am a broker? Well, that's a good question. And everywhere I've been, every state, every province, it doesn't matter if you're doing it for your own property or not, you have to disclose that you're a broker, in this case, an agent, okay? You have to disclose that. So in any case, let's just click on real estate for sale by broker, all right? And then you say, I'm going to abide by these guidelines, okay? And then you can create the posting. It's as simple as that. That's all you do. Now, I'm going to get into the actual method. Actually, let me just go ahead and do this now. All right, so let's say you're going to create a posting title. It should be something that's benefit-driven and catchy, okay? Don't just give a bunch of features like 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom townhome in, whatever, Hyde Park, okay? That's okay. It'll work, but if it's benefit-driven, like, prestigious Hyde Park, 3-bedroom, close to transportation, something like that you can squeeze in there, okay? Benefit-driven. In the description, you want to give more benefits, okay? You could say 5 minutes from Western Ontario University. You could say 10 minutes from Northgate Mall, 5 minutes to, Upper Richmond Elementary School. Something benefit-driven, followed by features, okay, followed by a call to action. So actually you want to write that down. Start with benefits, number 1, follow with features, number 2, not all the features, just the basic stuff. Number 3, call to action means make an offer. give these people something to do. Okay, in other words, remember the purpose of the ad is not just to sell what you're selling; it's to gather new contact information. So in the ad, you should always offer something. Like we would always put in there, for a free list of homes in your area, click here. Okay, or visit www whatever. Now years ago, they made it so those could not be hot links. In other words, you couldn't just click on that. You couldn't give somebody a link that's a hot link and have them go directly to your website. You can, there was a time you could bury those. You could have an embedded link, okay? But Craigslist has gotten pretty serious about that. Another thing too is you got to be careful about what you offer, because they assume you're looking to sell the house, which you are, and you got to be careful giving them other things to do. But you should always give them. You should also always make an offer. We're going to look at an example here in a minute, but some chats coming in. Let's click on those chats and see what we got. From Louis, use my account if you want. There's Louis' account. So yeah, Louis, I might do that in just a second. Hang on one second. I thought that said that there were 4 posted. There's only 2. Interesting. That's weird. Hey guys, if you typed in something and you're not Louis, retype it, because for some reason I'm only getting 2 posts here, and they're both from Louis. I'm not sure why that is, but in any case, Louis, I'll tell you what. We'll go to. Oh, you use Craigslist too. Let's go ahead and do that. Let me grab your password here. Hang on one second. I'm going to click on that. So I'm going to copy that. User is V. Louis at the Reset Group Team. Or sorry, Louis at the resetgroup.com. Let's click on this. Okay, account. I want to do English here. I don't see where it says. What's the put in one of my old ones here? Let's go Louis at resetgroup.com. Password, I copied that. So let's make the connection. And okay, let me go back to Louis' chat here. Hang on just one second, guys. Get back up here and here. Oops. Why is this not giving me the chat? Here we go. Okay, let me go back here. There we go. So I copied that, Louis at the resetgroup.com. Got the password, user is V. Let me go back here, Louis at the resetgroup.com. Do the password. See if that'll do the trick here. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure what I'm doing wrong, Louis, but it's not liking that, and I'm not really, I'm kind of weak on my French right now. Let's go. Oh, this might be Louis again. Hang on one second. Next, together the letters, password, the next connection, the next one connection. Okay, so click on that. Oops, we got a new message here. Try US Craigslist, Luann. Yeah, I'll tell you what, guys, let's do this. I'm gonna go back here. Hang on one second. And I just want to finish this section up here. So in here, you have to give them the price, square foot, if you have it, select date, open house dates if there are any. Click on all these boxes, okay? You got to type in your license information if you're a licensed agent, put in your email address, how do people connect with you, okay? You got to determine if you want to show your phone number. You should definitely have a number for people to call. It might not be your personal cell phone, but it should be a phone number, okay? And show your address, okay? I don't provide the actual specific address. I would not do that, okay? Now that's how you actually create an ad. Let me go back here. Let's actually show an ad, okay? We're going to go back to the beginning. We're going to say housing. Let's do apartment housing. How about that? Let's do that. Okay. You can see a bunch of these. Now, what's interesting is I know this one right here is also in Kijiji because I just saw it earlier. Okay, but let's see how good these guys are at their ads, right? This one's okay. It's a nice, pretty picture showing the outside. It shows the sign, right, with the broker's information, property management broker, right, and the building in the background. So let's just click on it. This is Wellington Road, go right up through the heart of London, and great looking picture, expanded. You got the phone number, and this guy's smart because he embedded contact information in the picture itself, the lead picture, okay? And of course, Craigslist always gives you a map. Now, let's see here. Stunning one bedroom for rent in Sandringham on the corner of Wellington Road to London, $11.65 a month. That's actually a really good deal. Heat and hot water included, available April, building features, elevators, parking, wheelchair accessible. You know, they will probably rent this because I know the market pretty well. People are moving in droves. But it's not a lot of benefits here. He uses one word that's an emotional appeal, which is stunning. Okay. Well, stunning can mean a lot of things to a lot of people. What he should have said was, walking distance to shopping on Wellington Road, 5 minutes from downtown London, whatever the case is, provide benefits first. That's the most important thing is provide benefits first, followed by features, followed by a call to action. So let's look at another one, and then we'll go to Kijiji here. This is interesting. This guy's leading off with a picture of the tub. Let's not even look at that one, okay? Let's see here. Here's a pretty picture. Luxury lifestyle, the Beck, great home, $1,000 a month. So let's just click on that and see how this guy did. Okay, let's see. Oh, they have pictures. Another important thing. Always, oh, look at that. Nice looking kitchen. See, this is gonna go fast. Look at the bedroom picture. Look at the bathroom picture. You guys seen this? And check this out. Here's what I'm talking about. It's also the best for barbecue entertaining or just sunning yourself. Guys, that's classic benefit-driven advertising. You know, think about that. This person just appealed to two different groups of people. Somebody likes to barbecue outside, and maybe someone else likes to get a suntan, okay? Then he goes into features, 2,200 square feet. That's a good size apartment, okay? 2 great bedrooms, private den, TV room. Look at this, great private, great room again. I'm sorry, that's the name of a room. Sunroom kitchen with all the access and sight lines to that private terrace. He used the word private in there, that private terrace. This is an ad. This is one you want to copy, okay? Several pictures, they all look good, benefit-driven ad, all right? Then you click on it, you get more information. So that's a Craigslist example. Let me just get rid of the old one. All right, now let me go back to here and go back to the chat box because I saw another chat come in. Never use services, use only housing, which is most efficient. Yeah, sometimes in the old days, what we used to do is we had different ads for different purposes. We would actually offer services, even though we got low response rates on them. It was basically a free ad. And then we, in our real estate property ads, we would then build in a call to action or an offer for a free report, free search of homes, free home evaluation. Offer something, always offer something. Okay, so now we've done that. Let's go now to look at Kijiji here. Actually, I'm just going to type in Kijiji native. So hang on one second while I do this. Kijiji. We'll do London again. And guess what I just saw? Kijiji, Florida. How about that? So the lines are blurring. All right, so let's go to Kijiji. And we're going to scroll down till we get, let's look for a house for sale. We just did a rental. Let's do a house for sale. Okay. Boy, this is really slow. Whoops. Okay, let's see what we got here. Kijiji houses for, let's click on houses for sale. All right. And let's see what we have here. We got a rent to own. Okay, looking pretty good. Sleek, modern design, Upper Richmond, dramatic open. I think, you know what, actually, I know exactly where these are, guys. And look at these prices, Louis. So this is what's been happening in London the last 4 years. It's just absolutely going through the roof. I mean, look at this. Hang on. Louis lives up near where I live, guys. That's why I'm showing this to him. But I actually know this property. 1,318,800. 4 years ago, this would have been easily $750,000, $800,000 at the most. Okay. Land is just going through the roof out there. I was looking for something. Sometimes people will put foreign properties for here. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do Costa Rica. Let's see, because you'll see a lot of people posting properties for sale, and it didn't like that. Let me go back here real quick and start from scratch. So I did houses for sale. I wonder if this is forcing me to London. I think it is just based on, well, I'm not in London right now. This is kind of interesting. Let me go back here and type in Kijiji just native and see what we get. See, it's forced in London. Let's do, Costa Rica. Oops, what the heck am I doing, guys? Costa Rica. All right. See, what's going to stay? Let's just try it. I don't want to go to a consulate. This is what's going to do. Well, okay. Good idea. Didn't work. Let's go look at a property and we can move along here. Vacation Paradise. Let's just click on it and see what happens here. This is only $80,000. I have no idea where it is. It says it's in London, but I highly doubt it. Flameborough, that's where it's a different area. So let's look at this. You got some good pictures, right? Let's go look at some of these. Nice. This looks like a nice campsite area, like an A-frame. It is an A-frame, okay? And you're right out. Look at this. This literally opens up right out to the woods. Boy, I could sure get used to that. Any case, neat looking area. Look at that. So great looking pictures. Okay. So now let's click on the description, see what we get here. Vacation Paradise found. We're offering on the specially designed A-frame 3-season cottage home with a unique nature resort. Okay, that's a pretty loaded statement there. And it uses a lot of words, gorgeous, paradise found. But one thing that really sticks out is unique nature resort, okay? See, that's the kind of thing that people want to see when they're buying this type of a property. Private, peaceful, calm. Okay, this is a pretty good ad. Olympic-sized outdoor pool. It's got benefits and features all mixed in. You usually want to lead with benefits and follow with features again, okay? Now let's see if they got a call to action. See, I don't see a call to action. This is what's crazy about this. There's no call to action. Always in here, put like this, say this. For a full report on property, visit www.louisracet.com, okay? And they go to your website and they get the full report, they got to enter the email address. See, this is what I'm talking about. Call to action. Give them your ad, benefits followed by features, give them some place to go or something to do, preferably your website, where they got to leave their email address to get a full report on this property, okay? That's what I'm talking about. All right, now let me just make sure I'm caught up on the chats here. Hang on one second. Then I'm going to go into the print media. Okay, let's see. For Louis, never use. Okay, Louis already said that. We're in a great seller's market again. So, yay, there you go. Okay, which is most efficient? Housing, which is most efficient? Okay. All right, I think I'm caught up on the chats. So let's do this. So I'm gonna leave these two up. And I'm going to go back to the checklist. Let me go do the share again here real quick. Checklist share. So now we're back to the checklist. Okay, so we went through a Craigslist ad and a Kijiji ad. Now, I think I have examples of a penny saver ad and a green sheet ad. Let me see if I can locate them. So hang on to your seats, guys. I just want to show you some real life examples. Okay, Facebook marketing, real estate, mini chat, interview, Dustin. Right, when did I create that? I'm trying to remember when I created that. Logos, okay, I think I'm getting close here. Not sure, maybe they're in downloads. Hang on one second. Yeah, that's going back too far. Okay, so downloads, let's check those out. Okay, let's see, logo, PA, Canada, links Gary discussed. Right, yeah, I'm not seeing the downloads that I did. Okay, so let's go back here, back to the checklist, all right? And I'm just gonna walk you through creating an ad, right? First off is, if you should go do this, by the way, like just sometime this week. You know, it's just now Tuesday. It's sometime this week you're going to go to a grocery store, you know, a strip mall, laundromat, whatever, and look for a green sheet or a penny saver, local weekend publication. Typically they come out on Saturdays. Some locations that come out on Wednesdays. I've seen that. But grab one, take it home, flip through it, and look for ads that catch your attention. Okay. And what I want you to realize is this: probably your eyes will be drawn to the ads that, number one, have a border around the ad. Okay. Bold ink border around the ad. Your eyes are just drawn to it. And professional advertisers know this. So if you ever notice if you look at the ads, you have a lot of them that novices do that don't even catch your attention. You don't even look at them. You see the words, but your eyes are not drawn to them. The ones that have a border around them typically will catch your attention. It happens to all of us, even those of us who are in the business of marketing, okay? So that's number one. Always surround your ad with a border. And all these things I'm going to tell you are going to cost a little bit of money, okay? But it's worth it. Why spend money on it? Why spend $10 on an ad that doesn't even get a phone call when you can spend $15 on an ad, or maybe 20, and get 5 phone calls? You see what I'm saying? If you're going to do an ad in printed material, always do it the right way. Start with a border. The headline should be in bold, okay? It should be benefit driven, remember that? So it should be in bold. You can also use in the copy part of the ad. Sometimes italics. I generally don't like italics, but it's usually one of the options you can choose. You definitely have different font choices. So when you have a font that's easy to read, okay, and is complemented by your bold headline, and also color. Choices of color is really important. Some publications don't have the option of using color, but the ones that do, you definitely want to use color. And guess what the number one color is to use? It's actually red, okay? I know a lot of people will say, don't use red because it's like caution or stop or whatever. But the fact is, it gets people's attention, okay? All we're trying to do is get their attention, and then they'll read what's in the ad. So they'll quickly forget the fact that red means stop, even if they're conscious of it, and they'll start to focus on your ad. So in an ad, and by the way, if you think about Keller Williams Real Estate, it's all about red, right? It hasn't stopped anybody. We're now the largest brokerage company in the world. So in any case, in your ad, if there's something you do want to have stand out, put it in red. In particular, here's an example. Give them a call to action, some offer, make an offer. Again, free list of properties, free home evaluation, free report on this property, whatever the case is, put that in red, because they're more likely to do that thing, okay? So again, border around the ad, headline in bold, the rest of the copy, just basic font, and then the call to action should be in red. And I promise you this, guys, I'm living proof. If you follow that example, you'll have yourself had higher response rates. So again, just go out and show yourself. This is what I did. I started picking up ads and turning the page and see where my eye was drawn to first. And number one, it was always the ones with the border. It had some bold ink, a bold print in the headline, and it always has a red call to action, almost to a T every single time. So do it on yourself. Test yourself, and then create your ads the same way, because we all operate the same way. Okay, that's creating the ad. Now, we talk about a call to action. There's other things you can give people, all right? So let's say, whoops, sorry, I went too fast here. Let me go back. Let's say you are selling a rental property, like a duplex or a fourplex or a triplex or something like that, or even a single family home. Think about the people who would be interested in your ad. What is it that they need and want? Think about their needs and wants. Someone looking or who is interested in buying a small rental. Well, they need analysis sheets. They need forms. They need calculators where you can offer them in your ad. Okay. Now, this is easier to do this in print media than it is in like Craigslist. Craigslist sometimes will flag you if you're being too blatant on offering a service in a housing ad, okay? And this is where you're kind of like a gray area. We're really not offering a service. We're offering something for free that they can use, a free tool. That's how we're able to get away with it. So you have lots of calculators at your disposal, forms and information sheets, analysis sheets, forms and calculators on analyzing rentals and flips. So you have the permission of the vendor, and I'm telling you, as your trainer, you can provide those to your clients, and you should provide them to your clients. You want informed and educated clients. So offer them calculators, forms, spreadsheets. Just go to My Investment Services. Well, now they're calling it Real Estate with Gary Wilson. Go to the silver level membership area and click on member. Here, let's just do this. All right. So we're going to go to MIS, all right? And now it says Real Estate with Gary Wilson. How about that? So let me do a screen share. Hang on just one second. I'm going to share this. Oops, hang on. I got to go to another screen first. Hang on one second. Okay. Screen share, and here it comes. Okay, now you can see where I am. So you click on members area, all right? Click on the click here, log in, of course, and this is for you new folks. If you haven't done this yet, this is how you do this. Click on dashboard next, and then silver level. Now you're into the silver level. Scroll down to forms and calculators. So this is all the stuff you get on the silver level. Community site, website resources for US and Canada, marketing campaigns, forms and calculators. So just as an example, I'm going to click on like this one here, cash flow analysis. This is going to be the real basic, simple cash flow sheet. So what I'm getting at here is this. Okay, let me bring that up and do a screen share. So hang on one second. Screen share, there it is right there. Now you can see what I'm looking at. So you guys can take this and give it to your clients, give it to your prospects, okay? That's the kind of thing I'm talking about. So now back to the checklist, all right? Hang on one second. Go back to share, make sure I'm sharing that again with you. Oops. Share in checklist, okay? You would share those types of things with your clients and your prospects, okay? Now, at this point, run your ad. You want to check your results. It says every week, but in some cases you want to check every day. If you're running an online ad in Kijiji or Craigslist, check it every day. If you're running a print ad, you're going to get your results based on the phone calls. And sometimes the media outlet, whether it's Penny Saver or Green Sheet, you can often ask them for some publication statistics, like what is their market share, what's their reach, what's the average, how many people on average will look at an ad. But the real test is who actually calls you or emails you or grabs one of your free reports or one of your calculators, okay? The bottom line is you want to keep up with your results, track them and measure them, because we can't improve anything that you don't track or measure, right? Now, add all these prospects to your database, okay? Every single one, always add them to your database. For those who engage with you, you want to create further engagement and establish your authority and credibility. And here's some extra things you can do here. So all of those books, all the links, let me just go back to the website here. Hang on one second. All right, let's go backwards a little bit. If you click on Premier eBooks, all right. Oops, here we go. So what you can do, guys, is you can download these. You can download these and provide them to your clients. Download them, electronic version. It's free. Send it to your clients. Just download them. In fact, if I was you, I would just go ahead and download all 5 of these. Commercial ones coming here in a few months. So download all these books on flipping, on buying rentals, wholesaling, managing rentals, self-managing rentals, and give these to your clients. It's going to help them become more informed and educated, okay? That's one example of something you can do to provide information to your clients, okay? All right, now let's go back to the checklist again. All right, and also you can give them links to playlists on YouTube for the specific subject. So let's go there, and I'll show you where that is, okay? So if you go to, just type in YouTube, okay? Oops, YouTube, and then I'm going to go ahead and go directly there. So you're going to type in YouTube, go to My Investment Services. I don't know if they've changed that brand yet. If they haven't changed that yet. Let me do a share. Hang on one second. So share. And here we go. YouTube. So these guys there's 60, 70, 80 some odd little short little videos that you can share with your clients. So just share with them these playlists, okay? For example, you can see tips for rental profits, okay? So you click on that playlist, and here's all the videos on buying rentals, okay? Look, there's, I think, what is that, 9 videos, an average of 5 or 6 minutes. These are short little clips that give them specific micro-focused instruction, in this case, on how to buy rentals. And you should be doing this too, by the way. And if you look at these and add these up, my gosh, there's 11 to 4, that's 21, 33, 42, 54, 56, 60, 77, 84, 87, 88, 94, 104 videos out there. 104 videos, guys. And what you want to do is share with them the playlist for each particular subject. In other words, wholesaling has its own playlist. Flipping has its own playlist, okay? And share these with your clients. And this is all on the checklist, okay? Matter of fact, we give the actual playlist right there. So share these with your clients. It allows you to have ongoing dialogue with your prospects. This is really important. If you don't want to share the whole playlist, every two times a week, maybe on Mondays and Thursdays, maybe 3 times a week, share with them an individual video based on the subject that you believe they're most interested in, okay, based on their interaction with you. So if they take the book on flipping, then share with them the flipping videos. And you keep doing that, and they have those forms in there they can download. So if you go back there, right, let's go back to the playlist. Let's just click on, let's go to the rental, back to the rental profits, okay? And I don't know which ones have forms or not, but let's just click on this one right here, number 1. And I'm not going to play it for you right now, right? But let me do the share, put the share back on this, and I'll show you what I'm talking about, okay? So they now can watch a video. Your clients can do this. And look at this, download a rental property calculator, show more. They actually get the link for downloading the calculator, okay? So you click on that, and there it is right there, rental property calculator, just got downloaded to my computer. So how'd you like to have this in your client's hands, right? So in fact, let me do a quick checker. I want to go back to the checklist, and I want to get you, let me do share, hang on one second. Share, checklist, and share. So give me a chat, guys. If you like what I just showed you, this is sort of game changer stuff, because a lot of you have asked me, what do you actually give to your prospects when they say, I want to flip a home, and you're like, well, what do I do now? Or maybe they're saying the same thing, well, what do I do now? Well, now you have something for them to do. You can give them content that's designed specifically for people to learn how to flip homes and buy rentals and all that. Okay, this is from Louis. Louis saying, okay, may I provide an ad template for the group? I emailed you 2 documents if you wish to share. Yeah, absolutely, Louis. If you have a link you can put in the panel here, in the share box, go ahead and do that. If not, if it won't work putting this on the webinar tonight, Louis, like in the chat box, a link, I'll give those to Beverly and have Beverly share them with the group tomorrow in the follow-up email. And by the way, everybody, please give Louis a pat on the back and a hand raise or a handshake, because he's sharing with you some valuable stuff. I mean, he's one of the best students we've had, very involved, engaged, and one day, if Louis, I can let the cat out of the bag here, we're hoping you'll be a coach one day, okay? And I know we talked about that in the past. So Helen's saying very practical and useful. Thank you, Helen, for sharing that. And Luann's saying many thanks, Louis, for sharing your stuff too. So guys, remember this, a couple things. Use what I'm going to send what Louis giving us to give you tomorrow. And then on the content, always share, always give your followers something to do. Always offer them something. It's a whole different philosophy than asking for business. At some point, you will ask for business when the time is right, but you have to build rapport first. You got to build the relationship first. In today's world, people don't want to be sold. They want to be served, okay? And they'll let you know when they're ready. I mean, I'm not saying be passive about this. That's not what I'm saying. Take a very active by offering them valuable content, forms, calculators, spreadsheets, instructional videos, books on the subjects, okay? Give, and I promise you will receive, okay? Now, let's say you've given them 3 videos in a book. Yes, you might want to follow up or call them or text them and say, would you be interested if I provided you a list of properties that you're interested in your area? Make them an offer like that. That's the next step in the buying sequence, okay? So in any case, everyone who responds to you and asks for help, you want to determine what type of investor they are first. Are they mostly interested in flipping? Are they more interested in buying rentals? Or they simply want to just wholesale? Because then you'll know what further content to give them, okay? But more importantly, you can set up an interview with them where you qualify them. Okay, always, as soon as somebody reaches out to you and said, hey, I want to do this, what do I do next? Don't just jump right in and start giving them properties. Do an interview them first. Remember that's all part of section 2 of your training material. There's a 12-step process on how you interview somebody and prepare them for investing and qualify them for timing, motivation, readiness, willingness, ability. Use the opportunity to interview them, determine what seat on the bus they belong in. So you're the driver of the bus, okay? You're in control. You have a flipper bus and a rental bus and a wholesaling bus and soon to come a property management bus. And then out of those prospects, some of them will be qualified today. They're ready they want to go now and they're pre-approved and they got cash, whatever. They get in the front seats on the bus and everybody else goes behind them, okay? And you spend your time with the people on the front of the bus, all right? So you do that through the interview process, which is, again, I'm not going to go over that tonight because it's a whole different subject on its own, but that's in module 2 of your training material, okay? And every time you interview somebody, always have them follow up and send you an email recapping the conversation, okay? And then work with the ones who email you. The ones that do not email you, you want to think twice about serving them. So in any case, guys, that's the checklist. That's the subject for tonight. Let me check one more time on questions. And if we're in good shape, we'll go ahead and wrap this one up. And it looks like we're complete with the questions. So guys, I want to tell you, this subject is short and sweet, pretty straightforward, but very powerful marketing mechanism. If you're really engaged and you've got listings to sell, or you're renting apartments for people, you're a landlord, you're managing properties for others, or you're simply doing leases for people, you can use these tools to advertise and do it very inexpensively. High readership rates, high response rates. Always remember in your ad, the 3 steps: lead with benefits, then with features, and then a call to action. If you miss any one of those 3 things or they're out of order, you won't get as good a results, I can promise you. Like the one ad I looked at, it was the benefits and features were kind of commingled, intermixed, and I was confused by it. And I didn't even see a call to action, okay? So I didn't do anything with that ad, and most people wouldn't either. So in any case, I hope you guys like this. Again, I'll send this, Beverly will send this to you tomorrow. And next week, we will see you on March the 3rd, same time, 7 p.m. Eastern, okay? And California, of course, 4 p.m. Pacific time, and everywhere in between. And to next week's subject, let me see if we've got that already identified. And I tell you what, if you have something, guys, you want to cover next week, let me know. Otherwise, what we might do is, let me just flip back here real quick, and I'll tell you, we could do a session next week on how to do joint ventures and form business partnerships through like your local chamber of commerce with other providers like lenders and attorneys and things like that. Joint ventures would be like you team up with a car dealership or whatever, and do a like an on-site event. Insurance people are famous for this too, by the way. So I tell you, let's do that for next week. Unless I hear otherwise, I'll do the one on JVs next week. How about that? And that's a great way to get your business really cranked up there. Okay. So in the meantime, you guys have a wonderful rest of the week. I appreciate you participating. Great interaction tonight. In the meantime, God bless you and your families. And we will see you next week. Okay, talk to you later, guys. We'll see you. Bye-bye. Stop share. Recording.